Hello, it is time for another video. Welcome to my channel. My name is Marlies, Marley Design. And yeah, I'm excited again for today because for me it's Monday morning. It's a new week, new days to create, new opportunities. Last week I posted a video about how to build your paper stash in just 1 hour. Go check it out if you have not seen it yet. But yeah, this is just one part of the batch making of papers that I did that day. And we are talking about leftover papers, some stencils and some texture paste that I applied on top of these papers. In this video I will choose one of these and I will create even further with it. And I will take you along on that process and tell you what I see and what I think and what could be a good color scheme or which kind of products and mediums you could use. So I want to keep the talking very short and I would like to jump right in. First thing that catches my eyes is this paper right in the middle. Now let's take a closer look together. This was a leftover piece of white paper. I don't even know what kind of paper it is or was. It could be like a watercolor paper. On top of this white paper I've put down the stencil with the circles. The texture paste went on top. And because of the white paper was having I think this was mica stain underneath. There was a spot, a stain on the paper, and I think it is mica stain, and it was already there. Then I have put on the texture paste and well, it mixed a little bit. For me, this is already my first clue for today for my colors. Because what can we see in here? There is a bit of a warm tone in it, maybe some green, and it could have just a hint of gold or something. That was very quick and easy because now we have a color scheme. I will go into my stash and my supplies and we'll try to find the right colors and mediums to work with. I have gathered my supplies. Here is the Distress Oxide Spray Scorched Timber, the Distress Oxide Spray Rustic Wilderness, 2 bottles of Foundry Wax, the Statue one and the Gilded one, and 2 distress paints, Picket Fence and Black Soot. I also think this is the right order on how I want to use them. So I will start with the Oxide spray. I will put my paper into a splatter box and I will spray some of the oxides on top. The Foundry Wax is for the raised areas. And I think I will use the paint for splattering. My table is all set up. This is my Tim Holtz Surface Media Mat, my craft sheet, where I can also put on my mediums and products. Here is my splat box, my piece of paper, and the 2 bottles of Distress Oxide spray. Before spraying, make sure that you shake the bottles very well. And to me it is already so cool. I mean, it was just a piece of paper with some texture paste on top and just 2 colors of oxide spray, and this is what we have. I really like the result because you know those outlines, they look a little bit lighter and the raised areas look darker. Great contrast, great color combo, quick and easy with a good result. For now I would like to spray some drops of water on top and I will try to pick up some of the ink. Oh wow, this is, yeah, I really enjoy this. And I mean, this is so simple. Just a couple of drops of water and you pick it up with a paper towel and you will already have this kind of contrast. I'm going to use the Distress Paint Picket Fence and my small Tim Holtz Brayer, and I will brayer the paint on top of the raised areas. And because we have already ink on here, ink is a water reactive product and this is also going to react with the ink, so you have to keep that in mind. But I always like that effect because you have no influence on the result and you just have to go with the thing that you will be given. On top of the raised areas, I will add some Foundry Wax, statue and gilded, and I will apply it with my fingers. I would like to go for some more contrast, so on top of those raised area I'm going to use the Distress Paint Black Soot and my small brayer, and I will brayer it slightly on top. And while my black paint is still on the craft sheet, I will add a drop more, and I will also color all the edges of my paper. In the meantime, my paint is dry and I would like to give this paper a backing. In my stash I found this leftover piece of black Kraftstock. I will glue my paper onto the black Kraftstock and I will stitch along all the edges. The backing paper is on and I also did my stitching. This is what we have right now. But the beauty about this black Kraftstock is that when you sand it down, for example along the sides, the Kraftstock will show through the black paper. To create that effect I will not use a sanding block, but I will use my paper distresser. I also would like to create something that can go on top of this card. And to keep it all matching, I have chosen the same color that I used for my backing paper. And I will cut out these shapes. With these two dies I will create a frame, and I will put the die set and the die set number right next to my finger. My first cut, I was not happy about it. It moved a bit when I pushed it through the machine. So I did it again. And on my second try I have taped down my dies. And the beauty about that, it could also be like something that you find very annoying, but I like it. Because when you remove the tape, there is a possibility that you will damage the paper. But I like it because, you know, vintage, worn, distressed and everything. For me that is okay. So let's find out together when I pull off the tape if it will, yeah, you can see here already. But not, it's not pulling away the paper on the frame, but it's on the sides. But I think that you can imagine when this happens on the frame that we want, that is okay. I mean, look how worn this looks. That's awesome. So what I was hoping that would happen on the frame did not happen on the frame, but on the outside. That means that we can roughen up this frame and make it worn by ourselves. So let's do that. So I'm trying to achieve the same look that we just had on the leftover piece of paper. I have used some painter's tape, torn it into smaller pieces, and yeah, I have rubbed it onto the frame and this little label. Now I will remove the tape and see if I have recreated that roughness. And yes, it worked. The frame looks like the paper is freshly removed, and that is not to my liking. So I'm going to grunge it up a bit, and to do so I will use my Distress Glaze Scorched Timber and my Distress Embossing Dabber. My frame is done, my label is done, and I have found a picture, a vintage photo out of the Tim Holtz collection from Ideology, and it is from the package Found or Relatives, and this is the photo that will go into the frame. But I want to do something about it. I want to grunge it up a bit and stain it so it will fit my project. First I will sand down the photo with a sanding block. My second step is to create stains with a Distress Spray Stain Scorched Timber. I have put the photo to the side to dry, so I have my hands free for something else. On the frame I would like to add, but I would like to give this a bit of a color. So I got out my alcohol ink Mixative Gold and the alcohol ink Espresso. I have put them onto a paper towel, and now I will drop some of the alcohol ink colors on top. My alcohol ink is dry, my spray stain is dry, and I have cut a small white strip in the same shape as this label that could go on top, but I think I'm going to search for a remnant drop that can go on top, and I also want to age the white with a bit of ink. Besides doing that, I will also glue the hardware heads on top of the corners of the frame, and I will glue down my picture behind the frame. And my two pieces are done and are ready to be glued down onto our paper. This is how my layout will be, but I thought, well, it's just a little, well, yeah, can we say simple? To make the piece a little bit more interesting, I'm going to add 2 layers on the back of the frame, and they will stick out on both of the sides. So these are 2 pieces of ephemera from Tim Holtz. I will ink them up and stain them with the Scorched Timber Distress ink and then glue them into place. This is how the frame turned out. I also made 2 other items. I made this top piece that will go on the top. It is just white paper with remnant drops on top and inked with the Scorched Timber Distress ink. And I have aged this clip exactly in the same way as I did for the hardware heads. So I have used my alcohol inks, the Mixative Gold and the Espresso color. Let's assemble everything and then we are done. So yeah, this was it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed my video. I sure had a good time creating and making this. Maybe you found some new techniques or things to try out for yourself. So when you liked it, please like, subscribe or comment down below. And when you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you will get notified when I will upload a new video for you. I will also put all my links to my socials and my coffee shop in the description box below so you can check it out. Thank you for spending time on my channel, and I would say happy crafting, everybody. Bye!